They say a mother's love is unconditional. But what happens when that love becomes the very weapon that destroys a family? 3 weeks. That's all it took for a dream adoption to turn into a nightmare. 3 weeks between forever family and a body in the basement. 3 weeks for a woman who spent years fighting to become a mother to become a killer. September 2022, Asheville, North Carolina. A social worker sits in her car outside a beautiful craftsman home, reviewing paperwork one last time. She's nervous, hopeful, excited. She's about to place a 14-year-old girl with a family that seems absolutely perfect. The kind of family every foster kid dreams about. She has no idea she's signing that girl's death warrant. Her name was Maya Rodriguez, 14 years old, bright, resilient, desperate for someone to love her. The woman waiting inside is Jennifer Walsh, 41, respected school counselor, wife to a successful architect, mother figure to dozens of students over her 15-year career. The woman every kid wishes would adopt them. Except Jennifer isn't waiting to welcome Maya. She's waiting to control her. And when control isn't enough, she'll do the unthinkable. What unfolded in that Asheville home between September 12 and October 3, 2022 would shatter the illusion of the perfect family and expose a darkness that had been hiding behind volunteer hours and thank you cards for years. This isn't a story about monsters. It's about a woman who wanted something so badly that when reality didn't match her fantasy, she chose murder over acceptance. A girl who just wanted to belong. And a husband who saw the warning signs but convinced himself everything was fine. If you think you've seen family dysfunction before, think again. Because this story doesn't just break your heart, it makes you question every smiling family photo you've ever seen. If you're already hooked and want to see how a dream becomes a death sentence, smash that like button and subscribe because this story gets darker with every revelation. Now, before we dive into the murder, you need to understand the people involved because this isn't a story about monsters. It's about real people who made choices that led to tragedy. Maya Rodriguez was born in Charlotte, North Carolina in 2008. Her mother was 16, addicted to opioids, and completely unprepared for motherhood. Maya spent her first 3 years in a home where the electricity got shut off more often than it stayed on, where dinner was whatever she could find in the cabinets, where love was conditional on whether her mother was high or withdrawing. At age 3, Child Protective Services removed her. Foster home number 1, the Johnsons, kept her for 6 months before deciding they wanted younger children. Foster home number 2, the Martins, lasted 8 months until they relocated for work. Foster home number 3, 4, 5, 6. By the time Maya was 14, she'd lived in 11 different homes. She'd been to 8 different schools. She'd learned not to unpack her suitcase completely because she knew she'd be leaving eventually. But here's what's remarkable about Maya. Despite everything, she was kind. Teachers described her as helpful, thoughtful, the kid who stayed after class to help clean up. She got straight B's despite missing months of school during transitions. She volunteered at animal shelters on weekends because, as she told her caseworker, the dogs understand what it's like to wait for someone to choose you. Her caseworker, Patricia Chen, would later say something heartbreaking. Maya had this way of making herself small, like she was apologizing for existing. She'd say, "Thank you for everything. Thank you for the ride. Thank you for dinner. Thank you for letting me stay here." Like she knew she was a burden and was trying to make up for it by being perfect. 6 months before her death, Maya wrote an essay for English class titled, "What Home Means." The last line read, "Home isn't a place. It's a person who chooses you and keeps choosing you, even when you're difficult." She had no idea how difficult she'd be allowed to be. Or how quickly, forever, could end. Jennifer Walsh was everything parents hope their daughter will become. Born in Raleigh in 1981 to a surgeon father and pediatrician mother, Jennifer grew up in a world of achievement and expectation. Straight A student. Captain of the debate team. Volunteer at the Children's Hospital every Saturday. Early admission to UNC Chapel Hill. Master's degree in school counseling from Duke. By age 25, she had the resume of someone who'd never failed at anything. But here's the thing about Jennifer. Beneath all those achievements was a crushing need for control. Everything in her life had to be perfect. Her apartment was spotless. Her clothes were color-coordinated. Her calendar was planned 6 months in advance. Her colleagues joked that Jennifer could plan a wedding in 24 hours and it would be flawless. She met David Walsh at a charity fundraiser in 2007. He was an architect, stable, kind, successful. They dated for exactly 18 months, got engaged during a perfectly planned vacation to Paris, married in a ceremony that was featured in a local wedding magazine. Everyone said they were the perfect couple. And for a while, they were happy. David loved Jennifer's organization. Jennifer loved David's calm, steady presence. They bought a house in Asheville. They talked about starting a family. That's when the cracks started showing. Jennifer had everything planned. Get pregnant by age 30. Have the first child by 31. Second child by 33. Perfect spacing. Perfect timing. Perfect family. Except her body didn't cooperate. 2 years of trying. Nothing. Fertility treatments. Nothing. IVF. 3 rounds. 3 failures. By age 35, Jennifer had spent $75,000 and experienced 5 miscarriages. Each failure was a crack in her perfect facade. Her mother said something cruel after the 5th miscarriage: "Maybe you're just not meant to be a mother." Jennifer stopped speaking to her for 2 years. Friends started having babies. Jennifer attended baby showers with a smile that never reached her eyes. She'd hold newborns and something behind her expression looked almost desperate. One friend later told police, it was like watching someone hold something they knew they'd have to give back. Painful to watch. By 2018, David suggested they stop trying. Maybe we can be happy without kids. We can travel, focus on our careers, be the fun aunt and uncle. Jennifer smiled and agreed. But inside, she was breaking. Because Jennifer Walsh didn't fail. She didn't accept no. She didn't give up on plans. That's when she discovered foster-to-adopt programs. If she couldn't create a perfect child, she'd find one. She'd save a child who needed her, shape them into the perfect daughter, and finally fulfill the role she was meant to have. What Jennifer didn't understand was that children aren't projects. They're not resumes you can perfect. They come with histories, with trauma, with needs that don't fit into color-coded calendars. And when Maya Rodriguez didn't fit the fantasy Jennifer had built in her head, Jennifer would choose control over compassion. Perfection over patience. Murder over failure. If you're wondering how someone goes from wanting to be a mother to killing a child, stay with us. Because Jennifer's journey into darkness started long before Maya entered her home. Hit that subscribe button because this story shows you how small compromises lead to unthinkable actions. David Walsh was the kind of man everyone calls a good guy. Born in Charleston in 1979 to working-class parents, a teacher mother and electrician father. He grew up believing in hard work, second chances, and seeing the best in people. Architecture degree from Clemson. Started his own firm at 32. Designed homes that balanced beauty with functionality. His clients described him as patient, creative, someone who really listened to what they needed. When he met Jennifer, he was charmed by her intensity, her drive, her certainty about everything. He was laid back where she was structured. He was flexible where she was rigid. He thought they balanced each other. But over the years, something shifted. Jennifer's need for control expanded. She managed their finances down to the penny. She scheduled their social calendar. She made decisions about their home, their vacations, their lives. David told himself it was easier to let her lead. He told himself she was just organized. He didn't realize he'd stopped having opinions. Stopped making decisions. Stopped questioning her judgment. When Jennifer wanted to pursue adoption after years of infertility treatments, David had reservations. Are we ready for this? What if the child has behavioral issues? What if we can't handle the trauma? Jennifer dismissed every concern. I'm a school counselor. I work with troubled kids every day. I can handle this. We can give a child a chance at a real life. David wanted to believe her. So he signed the paperwork, attended the training sessions, and told himself everything would be fine. He had no idea that his wife's need for control would turn deadly. Or that his inability to confront her would make him complicit in what came next. Before we get to the adoption, before we get to the murder, you need to understand what Maya was walking into. Because the Walsh home wasn't just a house. It was a carefully constructed illusion that was about to crack under the weight of reality. June 2022. Jennifer and David Walsh complete their foster-to-adopt certification after 9 months of training, home studies, and background checks. The social workers are impressed. Beautiful home. Stable marriage. Jennifer's experience working with children. David's steady income. No red flags anywhere. What they don't see is Jennifer's increasing desperation. She's 41 now. This is her last chance at motherhood, at least in her mind. She's spent 3 years preparing for this moment. The extra bedroom is painted a soft lavender. The closet is stocked with clothes in various sizes. There's a desk, a bookshelf, a welcome sign on the door. Jennifer has planned every detail of how this will go. The child will be grateful. They'll bond immediately. She'll be the mother this child has been waiting for. They'll be a family. Finally. Perfect. The social worker, Patricia Chen, has concerns about Jennifer's expectations. During the home study, Jennifer keeps using words like perfect and finally complete and exactly what we've been waiting for. You understand, Patricia says carefully, that foster children come with trauma. There will be behavioral issues. Trust takes time. It won't be perfect. I know, Jennifer says, smiling that smile that doesn't quite reach her eyes. But I'm trained for this. I can help any child. David notices the certainty in her voice. It reminds him of how she talked about getting pregnant. Like she could control outcomes through sheer will. He doesn't say anything. He never does. September 2022. Patricia calls with news. There's a 14-year-old girl who needs placement. Her name is Maya Rodriguez. She's been in foster care since age 3. Multiple homes. Some behavioral issues, mostly related to attachment trauma. She's wary of adults, struggles with authority, has difficulty trusting that placements will last. She's a flight risk, Patricia warns. She's run away from 3 previous homes. Not because they were bad homes, but because she panics when she starts to care about people. She's protective of herself. Jennifer hears behavioral issues and translates it to need structure. She hears struggles with authority and thinks needs boundaries. She hears flight risk and assumes needs someone who won't give up. What Jennifer doesn't hear is the warning underneath: this child will test you. This child will not be easy. This child will not fit into your perfect family fantasy without work, patience, and flexibility. We can handle this, Jennifer tells Patricia. We want to meet her. The meeting happens at a neutral location, a park in Asheville. Maya sits on a bench, arms crossed, hoodie pulled up despite the September heat. She looks smaller than 14, like she's trying to disappear. Jennifer approaches with a bright smile. Hi Maya. I'm Jennifer. This is my husband David. We're so excited to meet you. Maya doesn't respond. She looks at Patricia instead. How long? Patricia knows what she's asking. How long until this placement fails and she has to move again? That's up to you, Patricia says gently. The Walshes want this to be permanent. They want to adopt you if it works out. Maya's expression doesn't change, but something flickers in her eyes. Hope. Fear. Both? Jennifer keeps talking, filling the silence with descriptions of their home, Maya's room, the school she'll attend, the opportunities she'll have. David stands slightly behind Jennifer, hands in his pockets, offering a small smile when Maya briefly makes eye contact. After 30 minutes, Maya agrees to visit the house. Not move in yet, just visit. The house is exactly what Jennifer promised. Clean, beautiful, organized. Maya's room looks like something from a home magazine. Perfectly decorated, with everything a teenage girl could want. You like purple? Jennifer asks. I can repaint if you prefer another color. Maya shrugs. It's fine. We can decorate it however you want, Jennifer continues. Make it feel like yours. Maya looks around the perfect room and something in her expression closes off. This isn't hers. This is Jennifer's vision of what a teenage girl's room should look like. There's no space for Maya's actual preferences, her personality, herself. But she doesn't say that. Instead, she says, "It's nice. Thank you." Patricia sees the disconnect. She pulls Jennifer aside. Remember, let her set the pace. Don't overwhelm her. Give her space to adjust. Jennifer nods, but she's not really listening. She's already planning. Maya will move in next week. They'll have a family dinner. Jennifer will help her with homework. They'll bond. It will be perfect. David also sees the disconnect. He sees how Maya shrank when Jennifer described all the activities they do together, all the ways Jennifer would help her reach her potential. That night, he tries to talk to Jennifer about it. Maybe we should go slower. She seemed overwhelmed. She's nervous, Jennifer dismisses. Once she settles in, she'll open up. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. David wants to say more. But he doesn't. He never does. September 12, 2022. Move-in day. Maya arrives with everything she owns in a blue duffel bag. Jennifer tries not to show her dismay. Let's get you unpacked. Jennifer says brightly. I'll help you organize everything. Maya clutches her bag. I can do it. I know you can, sweetie. But I want to help. We're a family now. The word family makes Maya flinch. She's heard it before. It never lasts. Over the next 3 days, Jennifer tries to create the perfect family dynamic. Family dinners at exactly 6 p.m. Family game nights. Family movie nights. Everything scheduled, everything planned, everything perfect. Maya goes along with it, but something in her is pulling away. She's polite, quiet, compliant. Too compliant. Like she's waiting for the other shoe to drop. Jennifer interprets this as adjustment. She just needs time to trust us. David sees it differently. He sees a child performing, playing the role she thinks they want, waiting for the inevitable rejection. He tries to tell Jennifer this. Maybe we're pushing too hard. Maybe she needs space to just be. She needs structure, Jennifer corrects. She's been in chaos her whole life. We're giving her stability. Stability isn't the same as control, David says quietly. Jennifer's expression goes cold. Are you saying I'm controlling? I'm saying, maybe we should listen to what she needs instead of imposing what we think she needs. I'm a school counselor, David. I know what traumatized children need. Trust me. And there it is. The phrase that ends every disagreement. Trust me. David always does. Even when his instincts scream that something is wrong. If you're wondering how a well-meaning adoption turns into murder, you're seeing the foundation being laid. Small moments of ignoring reality. Small moments of prioritizing control over connection. Small moments that will add up to tragedy. Subscribe if you want to understand how good intentions become deadly actions. September 19, 2022. 1 week after Maya moves in. The first real crack appears. Maya comes home from school and goes straight to her room without saying hello. Jennifer finds this unacceptable. In her perfect family vision, children greet their parents, share details about their day, engage in family time. Jennifer knocks on Maya's door. Honey. Honey. How was school? Fine. Maya's voice is muffled. Can I come in? Silence. Then, reluctantly, okay. Jennifer enters to find Maya on her bed, still in her backpack, staring at the ceiling. Talk to me. What's wrong? Nothing's wrong. Maya, I can tell something's bothering you. Part of being a family is communicating. Tell me what happened. Maya sits up, frustration breaking through her usual compliance. Why do you care? You don't even know me. Jennifer is taken aback. Of course I know you. You're my daughter. I've been here for a week. You don't know anything about me except what's in my file. Then help me know you, Jennifer says, sitting on the bed uninvited. Tell me what you're feeling. I'm feeling like I don't want to talk right now. Can you just leave me alone? Jennifer's smile falters. This isn't how it's supposed to go. The child is supposed to open up. They're supposed to bond. This is supposed to be the moment where Maya realizes she's finally safe. Maya, I understand you're adjusting. But in this family, we don't isolate. We work through problems together. I don't have a problem. I just want space. Space to do what? Sit in the dark and feel sorry for yourself. The words come out harsher than Jennifer intends. Maya's expression shudders completely. I'm sorry, Jennifer backpedals. I didn't mean it like that. I just want to help you. Then leave me alone, Maya says quietly. Jennifer leaves, but she's shaken. This isn't going according to plan. Maya is supposed to be grateful, supposed to be opening up, supposed to be bonding with her new family. That night, Jennifer searches online, how to connect with resistant foster child. Why won't my adopted daughter talk to me? How to make foster child feel safe. The advice is consistent, give her time. Don't push. Let her set the pace. Build trust slowly. Jennifer reads it all and decides the experts are wrong. What Maya needs is consistency, structure, and someone who won't give up on her. What Maya needs is Jennifer's unwavering commitment to making this family work. What Jennifer doesn't realize is that her unwavering commitment is starting to feel like suffocation. September 23, 2022. The school calls. Maya skipped her last 2 classes. They found her in the library, headphones in, ignoring the world. Jennifer is mortified. She works at a school. She understands the importance of education. This is unacceptable. When Maya gets home, Jennifer is waiting. We need to talk about today. Maya's face goes blank. Here it comes. The disappointment. The anger. The countdown to when she gets sent away. I got a call from school. You skipped class. I just needed a break. A break? Maya, education is your ticket to a better life. You can't just skip class whenever you feel like it. I wasn't feeling well. Then you should have gone to the nurse. You don't get to make those decisions on your own. Maya's expression hardens. I'm 14. I can't decide if I need a break. Not without asking first. That's how families work. We communicate. We make decisions together. You mean I ask permission and you say yes or no? That's what parents do, Maya. They guide their children. They set boundaries. You're not my parent, Maya says quietly. The words hang in the air like a bomb. Jennifer's face goes white, then red. Not yet, Jennifer says, voice tight. But I will be. We're going through the adoption process. We're committed to you. I didn't ask you to be committed to me. No, but you're here now. And while you're in this house, you follow our rules. Do you understand? Maya nods, but her eyes are distant. She's already checking out emotionally, already preparing for the inevitable rejection. Jennifer sees the distance and interprets it as defiance. She doubles down on structure. New rule, Maya has to check in every hour when she's at school. New rule, no closing the bedroom door unless she's changing. New rule, family dinner is mandatory, no exceptions. David watches this happening and feels dread building in his stomach. Jennifer, maybe these rules are too strict. She's 14, not 6. She needs boundaries. She needs to breathe. Don't undermine me, David. And David stops talking. Because he always does. If you think the situation can't get worse, you're wrong. What happens next will show you how quickly control becomes cruelty. Make sure you're subscribed because this story is about to take a turn that will leave you questioning everything. September 28, 2022. 16 days after Maya moved in. The house is a pressure cooker about to explode. Jennifer has implemented a point system. Good behavior earns points. Bad behavior loses points. Points can be exchanged for privileges like phone time, choosing dinner, staying up past 9 p.m. Maya is currently at -12 points. She skipped class again. She didn't complete her chores to Jennifer's standards. She was disrespectful when she asked to have dinner in her room because she had a headache. David comes home from work to find Jennifer creating a new chart, this one tracking Maya's emotional states throughout the day. So I can identify patterns, Jennifer explains. Jen, this is too much. She's struggling. She needs more structure, not less. She needs compassion, not a behavioral modification program. Jennifer's eyes flash with anger. I am being compassionate. I'm giving her what she needs even when she fights me on it. That's what real parents do. Real parents also listen when their kids are telling them something isn't working. She's 14 and traumatized. She doesn't know what she needs. David wants to say more. He wants to tell Jennifer that she's losing perspective, that her need for control is hurting Maya, that this is spiraling into something dangerous. But he doesn't. He goes to his home office and closes the door. He tells himself it will get better. He tells himself Jennifer knows what she's doing. He's wrong on both counts. That night, Maya tries to run away. She escapes the house at 2 a.m. and makes it 4 blocks before Jennifer catches her. Jennifer has been monitoring Maya's room via a baby monitor she installed for safety. What are you doing? Jennifer demands, pulling up in the car. Maya won't look at her. I want to go back to Patricia. I want a different placement. Get in the car. I don't want to live with you anymore. Get in the car. Something in Jennifer's voice makes Maya comply. They drive home in silence. When they get there, David is awake, standing in the doorway in his pajamas, looking worried. She tried to run away, Jennifer announces. David looks at Maya, who's staring at the ground, tears streaming down her face. Maya, honey, talk to us. What's going on? I can't do this, Maya whispers. I just can't. Can't do what? Jennifer demands. Be what you want me to be. Jennifer's expression goes cold. I want you to be respectful. Responsible. Grateful for the opportunity you have here. I never asked for this opportunity. No, but you have it. And you're going to make the most of it. David puts a hand on Jennifer's arm. Maybe we should all get some sleep and talk about this tomorrow. Jennifer shakes him off. No. We're talking about this now. Maya, you're not leaving. We're committed to you. That means you're stuck with us whether you like it or not. The words are meant to be reassuring, but they sound like a threat. Maya goes to her room. Jennifer follows her, stands in the doorway watching as Maya sits on her bed. I'm going to help you whether you want help or not, Jennifer says. That's what mothers do. She closes the door. From the outside. And then, because she can't risk another escape attempt, she installs a lock on the outside of Maya's door. David stands in the hallway, watching this happen, saying nothing. Later, in bed, he tries one more time. Jen, we can't lock her in her room. That's not okay. It's for her safety. Until she stops trying to run away. She's trying to run away because she feels trapped. She feels trapped because she has trauma around attachment. The solution isn't to let her run. It's to show her she can't push us away. By literally locking her in. Jennifer turns to face him, and her expression is something David doesn't recognize. I have spent years trying to become a mother. I have endured failure after failure. I am not going to fail at this. Maya will adjust. She will bond with us. She will be part of this family. I will make sure of it. David should say something. He should call Patricia. He should demand the lock be removed. He should protect Maya. He doesn't. He turns off the light and pretends to sleep while his wife plans her next move to control a child who just wants to be free. If you're wondering how this ends in murder, you're about to find out. The next 5 days will show you how desperation turns deadly. Hit that subscribe button because what happens next is almost too horrific to believe. October 1st, 2022. 19 days after Maya moved in. 3 days before her death. Maya wakes up to find her door unlocked. Jennifer is standing there with breakfast on a tray. "Good morning, sweetie. I made your favorite blueberry pancakes." Maya has never told Jennifer her favorite breakfast. She sits up warily. "I've been thinking," Jennifer says, setting the tray on Maya's lap. "We got off on the wrong foot. I was pushing too hard. I want to start over." Maya doesn't believe her, but she's learned that compliance is the path of least resistance. "Okay. Today's going to be a good day. No rules. No point system. Just us getting to know each other. Sound good?" "Sure." Jennifer smiles, and for a moment she looks almost normal. "Eat up. Then maybe we can go shopping. Get you some clothes that are more your style." Maya picks at the pancakes. They taste wrong, bitter underneath the sweetness. But she eats them anyway because rejecting Jennifer's gesture feels dangerous. Within an hour, Maya is dizzy. Nauseous. She barely makes it to the bathroom before vomiting. Jennifer appears in the doorway. "Oh honey, are you sick? Let me help you." Maya tries to wave her away, but her arms feel heavy. "I'm fine. Just need to lie down." "Of course. Let's get you to bed." Jennifer helps Maya back to her room, tucks her in with a tenderness that feels wrong. "I'll bring you some medicine. You just rest." Maya falls into a fitful sleep, dreams filled with locked doors and hands that won't let go. She wakes hours later, groggy and disoriented. The house is quiet. Too quiet. She checks her phone, 7 p.m. She slept all day. David knocks on her door. "Hey kiddo. Feeling better?" "What happened?" Maya's voice is hoarse. "Jennifer said you ate something that didn't agree with you. She's making soup. Think you can eat?" Maya nods, even though the thought of food makes her stomach turn. At dinner, Jennifer is overly attentive. Asking how Maya feels, making sure she eats slowly, watching every bite with an intensity that makes Maya's skin crawl. "I've been reading about attachment trauma," Jennifer announces. "I think I understand now what you've been going through. The fear of abandonment. The pushing people away before they can hurt you. I get it now, Maya. And I want you to know, I'm not going anywhere." David looks relieved. Maybe Jennifer really has had a breakthrough. Maybe everything will be okay. Maya feels a chill run down her spine. Because she recognizes this. She's seen it before in foster homes. The calm before the storm. The false peace before something breaks. October 2nd, 2022. 2 days before Maya's death. Maya wakes feeling better physically but worse emotionally. Something is wrong. She can feel it in the air, in how Jennifer watches her, in how David avoids meeting her eyes. At breakfast, Jennifer presents Maya with papers. "I want to officially start the adoption process. This paperwork will make you legally ours." Maya stares at the documents. "I thought we had to wait longer." "We've waited long enough. Sign here, sweetie." "What if I don't want to sign?" Jennifer's smile doesn't waver, but something cold enters her eyes. "Why wouldn't you want to sign? You want to be part of our family, don't you?" I just need time to think about it." "There's nothing to think about. This is your home now. We're your family now. Sign the papers." "I need to talk to Patricia first." "Patricia doesn't make decisions for you anymore." "Sign the papers." David is at the table, reading news on his tablet, saying nothing. Maya stands up. "I want to call Patricia. I have the right to talk to my caseworker." Jennifer stands too. "You don't have rights in this house beyond what I give you. You're a minor. I'm your guardian. What I say goes. You're not my mother." Maya shouts. The slap comes so fast Maya doesn't see it coming. Her cheek burns. The kitchen goes silent. Jennifer looks at her own hand like it belongs to someone else. I'm sorry. I didn't mean. You just make me so. She doesn't finish the sentence. She leaves the kitchen. David finally looks up from his tablet. She's under a lot of stress. She didn't mean it. Maya touches her burning cheek. I want to leave. Give her some time. She'll calm down. I want to leave this house. Maya, we're trying to give you a home. Can't you see that? I see that she's crazy. And you're letting her be crazy. David's expression hardens. Don't talk about my wife that way. Then don't let her hit me. Maya runs to her room. Tries the door. It's locked from the outside again. She pounds on it. Let me out. You can't keep me in here. No one comes. She's trapped. That night, through her door, Maya hears David and Jennifer arguing. Their voices are muffled, but she catches phrases, going too far. Under control. Not stable. Know what I'm doing. Maya makes a decision. Tomorrow, she'll tell a teacher. She'll tell someone at school what's happening. She'll get help. She has no idea tomorrow will never come. If you think you know how this story ends, think again. What happens next is so calculated, so cold-blooded, that it will change how you see every smiling mother at the grocery store. Subscribe now because the final act of this tragedy will haunt you. October 3, 2022. 21 days after Maya moved into the Walsh home. The day Jennifer Walsh stops being a frustrated adoptive mother and becomes a murderer. Maya doesn't go to school. Jennifer calls her in sick. A stomach bug, she tells the attendance office. She'll be back tomorrow. But there won't be a tomorrow. Not for Maya. The house is quiet. David left early for a client meeting in Charlotte. He won't be back until late. Jennifer made sure of that, scheduled the meeting herself, encouraged him to take his time. She needs today. She needs these hours. She needs to fix the problem that Maya has become. At 9 a.m., Jennifer brings Maya breakfast. Oatmeal, orange juice, toast. You need your strength, she says. Maya doesn't eat. She's learned not to eat anything Jennifer prepares. Eat, Jennifer says, and her voice has an edge that makes Maya take a bite of toast. It tastes bitter. She spits it out. Stop being difficult, Jennifer snaps. What did you put in this? Nothing. You're paranoid. The trauma has made you paranoid. But Maya sees something in Jennifer's eyes. Something calculating. Something that looks like determination mixed with desperation. I want to call Patricia. Patricia can't help you. I want to leave. You're not leaving. You're going to stay here, in this room, until you can be grateful for what you have. This is kidnapping. You're keeping me locked in here. That's illegal. Jennifer laughs, and the sound is wrong. Who's going to believe you? I'm a respected school counselor. You're a foster kid with behavioral issues. Who do you think people will believe when I say you're lying for attention? She's right, and Maya knows it. She's been in the system long enough to know that adults have power and kids like her have none. Jennifer leaves. The lock clicks from the outside. What happens next, we know from forensic evidence, from the medical examiner's report, from the horror that awaited investigators. At approximately 11 a.m., Jennifer enters Maya's room with a bottle of prescription medication. Sleep aids. The same ones she's been grinding into Maya's food for days, testing dosages, seeing how much it takes to make her compliant. Take these, Jennifer says. They'll help you calm down. I don't need to calm down. I need you to let me go. Jennifer's expression goes blank. This is the moment when something inside her breaks completely. When the fantasy she's been clinging to shatters. When she realizes Maya will never be the grateful, perfect daughter she imagined. And if Maya won't be perfect, then Maya can't be at all. I said take them. Jennifer's voice is flat, emotionless. No. Jennifer forces them down Maya's throat. Holds her nose until she swallows. Holds her down when she tries to fight. For a 41-year-old woman who spends her days in an office, Jennifer is remarkably strong. Or maybe desperation makes her strong. Maya struggles. She scratches Jennifer's arms, drawing blood. She tries to scream, but Jennifer covers her mouth. The pills take effect quickly. Too many pills. Maya's movements become sluggish. Her eyes unfocused. There, Jennifer whispers. That's better. If you'd just been good. If you'd just been grateful. This could have been so different. Maya tries to speak, but the words won't come. Her body is shutting down. Too many pills. Far too many. Jennifer watches her adopted daughter die on the lavender bedspread she picked out so carefully. Watches her breathing slow. Watches her eyes close. Watches the life drain out of a 14-year-old girl who just wanted someone to choose her and keep choosing her. When it's over, Jennifer sits on the edge of the bed for 23 minutes. Funny how murderers all pause at the same point, realizing there's no going back. Then Jennifer goes into problem-solving mode. Because that's what Jennifer does. She solves problems. The basement is unfinished. Concrete floor. Easy to clean. Jennifer wraps Maya's body in the bedspread, the beautiful lavender one that was supposed to make a teenage girl feel welcome. She drags it down the stairs, step by step, the body heavier than she expected. She digs. For hours, she digs. Creating a shallow grave in the corner of the basement. Her hands blister. Her back screams. But she keeps digging because failure is not an option. At 6 p.m., David comes home. Jennifer. I'm back. Jennifer is showering. Scrubbing the dirt from under her fingernails. Washing the horror of what she's done off her skin. How was your meeting? She calls out, voice bright, normal. Good. Where's Maya? Asleep. The stomach bug got worse. Poor thing is exhausted. David is relieved he doesn't have to deal with the tension between them. He orders takeout. They eat dinner watching TV. Jennifer seems relaxed, almost happy. David doesn't notice the scratches on her arms. Or maybe he notices but doesn't ask. That night, Jennifer reports Maya as a runaway. Calls Patricia at 9 p.m. I'm so sorry. We had an argument. She said she wanted to leave. I thought she was just upset, but when I checked on her, her window was open. She's gone. Patricia is worried but not surprised. She's done this before. We'll issue an alert. She usually comes back or gets picked up within 24 hours. Should we call the police? Yes, file a missing persons report. I'll alert her caseworker network. Jennifer files the report. Concerned adoptive mother, distraught that her troubled foster daughter has run away. The police are sympathetic. Foster kids run away all the time. She'll probably turn up. Except Maya isn't running. Maya is 6 feet under Jennifer's basement floor, wrapped in a lavender bedspread, her last thoughts probably wondering why no one ever chose to keep her. If you think murder is the worst part of this story, you're wrong. The cover-up, the lies, the way Jennifer almost gets away with it. That's where the true horror lives. Stay with this story until the end because justice is coming, but it's going to take a twist no one sees coming. October 4th, 2022. Day 1 of Maya Rodriguez being officially missing. Jennifer plays the worried mother perfectly. She posts on social media, Maya, if you're reading this, please come home. We love you. We're not mad. We just want you safe. She calls Patricia hourly for updates. She organizes a neighborhood search. She prints flyers with Maya's photo. She gives a tearful interview to the local news. She's been through so much. I just want her to know she has a home with us. Forever. David watches his wife perform grief and feels something cold settle in his stomach. Because he knows Jennifer. He knows how she looks when she's genuinely upset versus when she's performing emotion. This is a performance. But he doesn't say anything. He never does. Detective Marcus Thompson has been working missing persons cases for 12 years. He's seen hundreds of runaway foster kids. Most come back within 48 hours. Some don't want to be found. Very few are actually in danger. But something about the Walsh case bothers him. First, there's Jennifer's behavior. Too controlled. Too composed between the tears. The crying turns on and off like a switch. Second, there's the timeline. Maya allegedly ran away through her bedroom window. But it's a second-story window. No ladder. No rope. No way down that wouldn't result in injury. And there's no sign she injured herself in the yard. Third, there's the bedroom itself. When Detective Thompson examines it, he finds it strangely pristine. No posters on the walls. No personal items on the desk. The closet is full of new clothes, tags still on most of them. She hadn't really moved in yet, Jennifer explains. She was still adjusting. After 3 weeks. Attachment issues. Very common in foster children. Detective Thompson interviews Maya's teachers. They describe a quiet, polite girl who seemed anxious. One teacher says, "She asked me last week if I could help her contact her caseworker. She seemed scared, but when I asked why, she said never mind." He interviews Patricia Chen. Was Maya happy with the Walshes? Patricia hesitates. I think she was struggling with the adjustment. Jennifer was very structured. Maya needed more flexibility. Did you have concerns about the placement? Another hesitation. I had concerns about Jennifer's expectations. But nothing that indicated danger. Jennifer is a professional. She works with kids. Sometimes the people who work with kids know exactly how to fool us, Detective Thompson says quietly. He requests Jennifer's phone records. She voluntarily hands over her phone. Anything to help find Maya. But Detective Thompson notices something. Jennifer has 2 phones. One for work, one for personal. She only handed over her personal phone. Can I see your work phone? It's school property. I'd need permission from my principal. Get permission. When the work phone is finally produced 3 days later, the text message history has been wiped. System upgrade, Jennifer explains. IT does it quarterly. Detective Thompson doesn't believe her. October 10, 2022. 1 week since Maya's disappearance. Detective Thompson gets a warrant to search the Walsh property. Jennifer is cooperative. Charming, even. Search anywhere. We have nothing to hide. The team goes through every room. Maya's bedroom. The garage. The attic. They find nothing suspicious. No signs of struggle. No blood. No evidence of foul play. They almost miss the basement. It's unfinished, mostly used for storage. Detective Thompson walks through it with a forensic tech. Anything seem off to you? The tech scans the space. There. The concrete in that corner. It's different. Newer. They bring in ground-penetrating radar. The scan shows something 3 feet under the surface. Something the size of a human body. Detective Thompson looks at Jennifer, who's been watching from the basement stairs. Her face is calm, but her hands are shaking. Mrs. Walsh, I need you to step outside. What did you find? Please step outside. The excavation takes 4 hours. When they finally uncover what's buried, 3 grown investigators have to step outside for air. Maya Rodriguez, still wrapped in a lavender bedspread, 14 years old, dead for a week. Jennifer is arrested on the spot. She doesn't cry. Doesn't scream. Just asks, "Can I call my lawyer?" David collapses on the front lawn when they tell him. No. No, she couldn't. Jennifer wouldn't. But Jennifer did. The autopsy reveals that Maya died from acute drug toxicity. Massive overdose of sleep medication. The same medication prescribed to Jennifer for her stress-related insomnia. Scratches on Jennifer's arms match Maya's DNA. Security footage from the pharmacy shows Jennifer buying extra refills of her medication 2 days before Maya moved in. Jennifer's work computer search history reveals searches made in the weeks before Maya's arrival. How much sleep medication is fatal? Symptoms of accidental overdose. How long before decomposition is noticeable? Basement burial depth. She'd been planning this. Not before Maya moved in, but she'd been researching it. Preparing for the possibility. Just in case Maya didn't work out. Just in case the fantasy didn't match reality. If you think this story is over, you're wrong. The trial will reveal truths that make this case even more disturbing. Subscribe now because what comes next will show you just how deep Jennifer's deception went. March 2023. 5 months after Maya's murder. Jennifer Walsh sits in court looking like every defense attorney's dream client. Well-dressed. Composed. Respectable. Lead prosecutor Jessica Martinez doesn't buy it. She's spent months building a case that paints Jennifer not as a monster, but as something more disturbing, a woman so obsessed with the image of perfection that she chose murder over failure. This isn't about a mother who snapped, Martinez tells the jury in her opening statement. This is about a woman who couldn't accept reality. Who couldn't accept that a traumatized child wouldn't instantly become the perfect daughter she'd imagined. And when Maya Rodriguez refused to fit into Jennifer Walsh's fantasy, Jennifer eliminated her. The evidence is overwhelming. Timeline: research about fatal overdoses weeks before Maya's arrival. Physical evidence: scratches, DNA, burial site. Digital footprint: deleted messages, wiped phone, search history. Witness testimony: teachers who heard Maya ask for help. Medical evidence: dose that was clearly intentional, not accidental. Defense attorney Robert Reeves tries to paint Jennifer as a victim of circumstance. My client suffers from severe anxiety and depression after years of infertility struggles. She was over-medicated herself. When Maya struggled with similar sleep issues, Jennifer gave her her own medication, not realizing the danger. This was a tragic accident, not murder. But prosecutor Martinez destroys this narrative with one simple fact: if it was an accident, why did Jennifer bury Maya's body in her basement? Why not call 911? Why file a false runaway report? Because she knew exactly what she'd done. And she almost got away with it. The most damaging testimony comes from an unexpected source. David Walsh. He takes the stand looking 20 years older than his 43 years. Dark circles under his eyes. Hands shaking. His marriage is over. His career is damaged by association. His life is destroyed. Did you know your wife was capable of murder? Martinez asks. No. God, no. But you saw warning signs, didn't you? David's voice breaks. I saw that she was struggling. That things weren't going well with Maya. But I thought it was just adjustment issues. Your wife locked Maya in her room. Did you know about that? Silence. Mr. Walsh, did you know your wife was locking a 14-year-old child in her bedroom? Yes, he whispers. And you didn't stop her. I should have. God help me, I should have. Why didn't you? David looks at Jennifer for the first time since the trial started. She's staring straight ahead, expression blank. Because I never stood up to her. In our entire marriage, I never stood up to her. She made all the decisions. She controlled everything. And I just let her. Even when I knew it was wrong. Even when I knew Maya was suffering. I told myself Jennifer knew better. She was the professional. She worked with kids. She understood trauma. But she didn't understand it, did she? No. She didn't want to understand it. She wanted Maya to be perfect. And when Maya was just a normal traumatized kid who needed patience and flexibility, Jennifer couldn't handle it. Did you know she was planning to kill Maya? No. I swear, I didn't know. If I'd known. If I'd even suspected. He breaks down completely. The jury watches a broken man realize he's partially responsible for a child's death through his inaction. The defense calls Jennifer to testify. Against her lawyer's advice, she insists. Tell us what happened on October 3rd, Reeves prompts. Jennifer's voice is calm, measured. Maya was having a difficult day. She was crying, anxious, saying she wanted to leave. I was trying to help her calm down. I gave her some of my sleep medication. I thought a nap would help her feel better. How much medication did you give her? I don't remember exactly. Maybe 2 pills. Prosecutor Martinez cross-examines. The medical examiner found enough medication in Maya's system to kill 2 adults. That's not 2 pills, Mrs. Walsh. That's 15 to 20 pills. I must have miscounted. You miscounted by 18 pills. I was stressed. I wasn't thinking clearly. Stressed enough to bury a child in your basement instead of calling 911. Jennifer's composure finally cracks. She was already dead. There was nothing I could do. Except tell the truth. Except not file a false police report. Except not spend a week pretending to search for a child you knew was buried in your basement. I panicked. I didn't know what to do. You knew exactly what to do. You had researched it. You had planned for it. You even bought extra medication in preparation. This wasn't panic, Mrs. Walsh. This was premeditation. The trial lasts 3 weeks. The jury deliberates for 4 hours. Count 1, first-degree murder of Maya Rodriguez. Guilty. Count 2, abuse of a corpse. Guilty. Count 3, filing a false police report. Guilty. Count 4, child endangerment. Guilty. Jennifer shows no emotion as the verdicts are read. David sobs in the gallery. Maya's former foster siblings and case workers hold each other. April 15, 2023. Sentencing day. The victim impact statements are devastating. Patricia Chen, Maya's caseworker. I placed Maya with Jennifer Walsh because she seemed perfect. Too perfect. I ignored my instincts because the paperwork was flawless. I will live with that mistake for the rest of my life. Maya deserved better. She deserved someone who would love her for who she was, not who they wanted her to be. Maya used to say she was waiting for someone to choose her and keep choosing her. Jennifer chose her, but Maya never fit the fantasy. And instead of adjusting the fantasy, Jennifer destroyed the reality. Maya was funny. She was kind. She loved animals. She wanted to be a veterinarian. She'll never get that chance because she had the misfortune of being placed with a woman who valued perfection over humanity. The judge's statement is unequivocal. Mrs. Walsh, you were given the privilege of caring for a vulnerable child. You betrayed that trust in the most heinous way possible. You didn't just kill Maya Rodriguez. You killed her hope, her trust, her belief that someone might finally keep her. Your actions were calculated, cruel, and unforgivable. Sentence: life in prison without possibility of parole. Jennifer is led away in handcuffs. She doesn't look back at David. Doesn't apologize to Maya's family. Just walks out of the courtroom like she's leaving a business meeting. David is never charged with any crime. Technically, he did nothing illegal. But he'll spend the rest of his life knowing he could have saved Maya with one phone call. One conversation. One moment of courage. He moves out of the city. Changes his name. Stops practicing architecture. Last anyone heard, he works at a hardware store in a small town in Montana, living under the weight of guilt that will never lift. If you think this is where the story ends, there's one more piece you need to know. A piece that changes everything we thought we understood about Jennifer Walsh. Stay until the end because the final revelation will haunt you. 6 months after Jennifer's conviction, Patricia Chen is cleaning out her office files when she finds something that makes her blood run cold. A background check. From Jennifer Walsh's adoption application. Standard procedure. Criminal history, employment verification, reference checks. But there's a note paper-clipped to the back. Handwritten. From the social worker who processed the Walshes before Patricia took over the case. Red flag, JW fired from previous school counseling position. Official reason, budget cuts. Unofficial reason per source who wished to remain anonymous, inappropriate attempts to control students' personal lives, boundary issues with families. Recommend additional screening. That recommendation was never followed up on. The note was filed away and forgotten during a caseworker transition. Patricia had never seen it. She digs deeper. Calls the school where Jennifer previously worked. The principal is retired now, living in Florida. He's hesitant to talk, but Patricia pushes. We settled out of court, he finally admits. A mother complained that Jennifer was encouraging her daughter to run away from home because the family wasn't healthy enough. Jennifer had decided this woman wasn't a good mother and tried to, well, replace her. Jennifer had boundary issues. She'd become overly attached to certain students, usually girls from troubled homes. She'd offer to let them live with her. She'd badmouth their families. When we confronted her, she truly believed she was helping. Said she was rescuing these children from inadequate parents. Patricia's hands are shaking. Did any children actually move in with her? No. We caught it before that happened. We gave her the option to resign quietly or be terminated with cause. She chose to resign. Patricia does more digging. She finds a blog Jennifer ran years ago, before the adoption, under a pseudonym. Posts about her fertility struggles. Her desperation to be a mother. And troubling entries about saving children from unfit parents. One entry from 2019 reads, "Saw a woman at the grocery store today yelling at her daughter. The little girl was crying. The mother didn't care. I wanted to take that child right there. I would be a better mother. Some people don't deserve children." The blog stops abruptly in 2020. Right around the time Jennifer started the adoption process. Patricia brings this information to Detective Thompson. Jennifer Walsh didn't just want a child. She wanted to be a savior. She had a messiah complex. And when Maya didn't fit her savior narrative, when Maya didn't worship her for rescuing her, she eliminated the problem, Thompson finishes. They review the case with this new context. Jennifer's behavior makes horrifying sense. The over-control. The refusal to accept Maya's autonomy. The inability to handle Maya wanting to leave. In Jennifer's mind, she had saved Maya. And Maya owed her everything. Gratitude. Obedience. Perfection. When Maya refused to play along, Jennifer didn't see it as a traumatized child struggling with attachment. She saw it as betrayal. Ingratitude. Failure. And Jennifer Walsh didn't accept failure. Thompson visits Jennifer in prison. He needs to understand. Why Maya? Why not just let her go back into the system? Jennifer looks at him like the question doesn't make sense. Because she was mine. I chose her. I prepared for her. I created a perfect home for her. She owed me better than what she gave. She was a child. She was ungrateful. So you killed her. I solved the problem, Jennifer says flatly. She wasn't working out. I couldn't send her back. That would be failure. I couldn't keep her the way she was. That would be chaos. So I did what needed to be done. She was 14 years old. She should have been grateful, Jennifer repeats, and there's no remorse in her voice. No understanding that she's describing murder. In her mind, even now, she made a logical choice. Thompson leaves the prison feeling sick. He's interviewed serial killers who showed more humanity than Jennifer Walsh. Because Jennifer isn't a monster. She's something more frightening. She's a person who created a fantasy so rigid that reality couldn't coexist with it. And when faced with choosing between her fantasy and a child's life, she chose the fantasy. If you're feeling disturbed right now, you should be. Because Jennifer Walsh isn't unique. There are people right now creating perfect fantasies about their lives, their relationships, their children. And when reality doesn't comply, some of them will do anything to maintain the illusion. Where are they now? Jennifer Walsh is serving life without parole at Central Prison for Women in North Carolina. She's in protective custody after multiple inmates threatened her. Child killers aren't popular in prison. She's applied for appeal 3 times. All denied. She maintains she was helping Maya and that her death was an unfortunate accident. She's shown zero remorse. Prison psychologists have diagnosed her with narcissistic personality disorder and obsessive-compulsive personality disorder. She's refused all treatment. David Walsh lives in Montana. He quit architecture. Quit everything. He works manual labor jobs, lives alone, doesn't date. His brother says David barely speaks anymore. The guilt has consumed him. He attends therapy twice a week. He's been suicidal multiple times. He lives with the knowledge that one phone call, one confrontation with his wife, one moment of courage could have saved Maya's life. Patricia Chen left social work after Maya's death. She couldn't continue placing children knowing she'd missed the signs with Jennifer. She now runs a nonprofit that trains foster parents and case workers on recognizing red flags in adoptive families. She speaks publicly about the Walsh case, using it as a cautionary tale. She's written a book, When Perfect Isn't Safe, Understanding Control Disguised as Care. She says Maya visits her in her dreams. She's always asking me why I didn't protect her. I don't have an answer. The foster care community changed protocols after Maya's death. Background checks are more thorough. Red flags are taken seriously. Case workers are trained to recognize the difference between structure and control. Maya's law, passed in North Carolina in 2024, requires monthly unannounced home visits for the first 6 months of any foster placement. It also mandates that foster children have access to a confidential hotline to report concerns without fear of retaliation. Maya's legacy, a scholarship fund in her name, provides support for foster youth pursuing veterinary medicine. The Maya Rodriguez Memorial Garden at the children's home where she lived before the Walsh placement features a statue of a girl reading to a dog. The inscription reads, "She just wanted to belong. She deserved to be chosen. And she should still be here." This story reveals things we don't want to believe. 1. Good credentials don't equal good people. Jennifer Walsh had a master's degree in counseling. She'd worked with children for 15 years. She passed background checks. On paper, she was perfect. In reality, she was dangerous. 2. Control disguised as love is still abuse. Jennifer believed she loved Maya. But her love was conditional. It required Maya to be someone she wasn't. Real love accepts. Control demands. 3. Silence is complicity. David Walsh never harmed Maya directly. But his refusal to stand up to Jennifer, to question her methods, to protect a vulnerable child, makes him partially responsible. When we see abuse and say nothing, we become part of the problem. 4. Not everyone who wants to help children should be allowed to. Jennifer's desire to be a mother came from ego, not compassion. She wanted the title, the identity, the recognition. She didn't want the reality of parenting a traumatized child. 5. Foster children are the most vulnerable among us. Maya had no power. No voice. No advocate. When the people entrusted with her care betrayed her, she had nowhere to turn. We failed her. The system failed her. If you're in the foster care system, if you know foster children, if you work with vulnerable kids, watch for these red flags. In potential foster/adoptive parents. Excessive focus on how the child will fit into their family rather than how they'll adapt to the child's needs. Unrealistic expectations of gratitude or instant bonding. Rigid rules and schedules with no flexibility for trauma responses. Isolation tactics, limiting contact with case workers, friends, previous connections. Comparing the child unfavorably to their perfect vision. Punishing normal trauma responses as defiance. Refusing to acknowledge when a placement isn't working. In placements that may be dangerous. Children asking for help but retracting when questioned. Children becoming more withdrawn over time. Unexplained injuries. Weight loss. Signs of sleep deprivation. Excessive compliance, fear-based, perfect behavior. Foster parents who become angry when children ask to contact caseworkers. Remember Maya Rodriguez. Maya Rodriguez was born March 15, 2008. She died October 3, 2022. 14 years, 6 months, and 18 days. She loved dogs. She wanted to be a veterinarian. She helped clean classrooms after school. She got straight B's despite impossible circumstances. She was kind to everyone, even when no one was kind to her. She survived neglect, abandonment, and 11 foster placements. She survived until she was placed with someone who should have saved her but killed her instead. She deserved to grow up. To have a first kiss. To go to prom. To graduate. To adopt her own dog. To become the veterinarian she dreamed of being. She deserved to be chosen. And kept. And loved. Not for who someone wanted her to be, but for who she was. Jennifer Walsh stole all of that because Maya didn't fit her fantasy. If this story affected you, don't just click away. Share this video. Someone right now is seeing warning signs in a foster placement, in an adoption, in a situation where a child is being controlled instead of loved. Your share might save them. Subscribe and hit that notification bell. Every week, we expose stories that reveal the darkness hiding behind perfect facades. Stories that could protect you or someone you love. Comment below. Have you seen signs of control disguised as care? Do you work in foster care? What changes need to happen? Let's start a conversation because silence protects abusers. Support foster youth. Donate to organizations that support children in care. Volunteer as a CASA, court-appointed special advocate. Be the voice for children who have none. Most importantly, if you're in a situation where someone is controlling you under the guise of helping you, reach out for help. National Child Abuse Hotline, 1-800-422-4453. Crisis Text Line, text HOME to 741741. These calls are confidential. These resources can save your life. Finally, check your own behavior. Are you in relationships where you're trying to control instead of connect? Are you demanding perfection instead of accepting humanity? Are you creating fantasies that require other people to be someone they're not? Stop before someone gets hurt. Stop before you become Jennifer Walsh. Jennifer Walsh thought she could mold Maya into her perfect daughter. Instead, she destroyed a child who just wanted to be loved for who she was. Don't be Jennifer. Choose acceptance over control. Choose reality over fantasy. Choose love over ego. The truth always comes out. The only question is, will it come out through honesty or through crime scene tape? Thank you for watching. Subscribe now. And remember. In memory of Maya Rodriguez. March 15, 2008 to October 3, 2022. She deserved better. She deserved to live.